You'll remember that the first reactions to the new Mad Max film Furiosa came out a little while ago, and they were pretty solid. Now the official full reviews are out as the embargo has lifted, and it seems they fall in line with the first reactions as Furiosa currently holds a solid 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. John, what do you think of the reviews we're seeing?
I think they're great. They're really good. I mean, and they fall pretty much right in line with what the early reactions were, right? Because the early reactions were, it's bombastic, it's huge, it's a blast. Little thin on story was the common criticism. Some of the criticism was, it's not bad, but a little thin on the story that they bring into it. But just the visuals, the action, the characters are great. So now we go over and we take a look. And the Rotten Tomato score has gone up.
Ooh.
Since you wrote that out. It is now 87%.
Oh, man.
In there. It seems to be going in the right direction. And
Wow,
we're
it's
going to go down.
fake news.
So it became fake news. So let's go down and see what some of these critics are saying. Den of Geek is saying Furiosa shocked me repeatedly with its grotesque imagery, general brutality, and dream-like philosophical sequences. It's not that we haven't seen such things in other movies, but that it's hard to remember the last time we saw things done so well. That shelf wrote, yet, if all this film does is remind us what a masterpiece Fury Road is, then perhaps that is enough. But on its own, as much as it's possible to divorce from what came just before, there's plenty to celebrate about the almost fabulous Furiosa. Mama's Geeky wrote, an epic revenge tale that boasts two incredible lead performances. The first half has some pacing issues, but once it goes full throttle, it never slows down. Slant Magazine wrote, the film attests to George Miller's enduring aptitude for utilizing the ridiculous to achieve the sublime. My friend Gregory Elwood writes, for all of Miller's auteur prowess, the luxury of a production design team with a larger canvas to build on, and a stunt team who often makes the impossible possible, Furiosa lives and dies on Anya Taylor-Joy's shoulders. Now, Critics Notebook didn't like it. It's the first one we've got up here that didn't actually like it. They wrote, despite the excellent world building, it's essentially a series of action sequences ham-handedly strung together by a barely there plot. All right.
I'm actually not.
You mean like the Road Warrior?
I'm actually okay with that anyway. So.
Yeah, I'm okay with that too. New Musical Express wrote an extraordinary blockbuster juggernaut that in some sequences somehow excels even his predecessor. And Awards Radar writes, Furiosa Mad Max Saga sees George Miller painting on a bigger yet equally ambitious action canvas. So pretty much right in line with what we saw from the early reactions earlier, which is good to hear. Like most movies, it doesn't sound like it will be for everybody. But I'll tell you what, Rob, I'm going to go back to this again. And Ray, you were there.
All right.
We had a big presentation of Furiosa. And I was looking forward to it, but man, I'll tell you what, the presentation they showed us made me, took me into the legit excited to see this movie level. Now, I'm not expecting it to be better than Fury Road. I really hate it when we as film fans do that. I'm going to go see a crime movie. Well, is it better than The Godfather? Yeah. It doesn't need to be better than Godfather. It just needs to be really good. And that's all I need. I don't need it to be better than Fury Road. I don't need it to be the best Mad Max film. I just want to go in there and see something that's a lot of fun, deepens the world even more, and gives us a better insight into these characters that we've been with. And I'll tell you what, this sounds like it delivers. What do you think about the reactions we're hearing? And where's your level of excitement for this movie now?
Dude, my level of excitement's off the charts because, this is a franchise, again, that I've been watching in the theater since the very first movie in 79 with Mad Max and Road Warrior, a.k.a. Mad Max 2. And, I'll tell you something. In 1985, when Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome came out, it had more of a story, and I think people thought at the time it was a disappointment. I loved Anti-Entity. I loved Tina Turner. I loved all the everybody in Bartertown, all that stuff. And as the years have gone by, I've come to love Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome because everyone thought, was it going to be another Road Warrior? And Road Warrior was a stripped down thing. It was different. And I appreciated that. And I've appreciated it more over the years. So you hear these things, well, Furiosa is different than Fury Road. And I'm like, but that's okay. Whatever George Miller does with the whole world building, the Ayatollah of rock and rolla who runs Bartertown, whatever that is, I love it all. And I think that his vision for this is unlike anything else that's ever been put on screen by anybody. And it seems that most of these responses make me realize he's done the same thing. And you're gonna like this better, worse. It's different. It's broken into chapters. There are chapter headings in this, so it's a different kind of a movie than Fury Road. I just want this unfiltered, unfettered George Miller world that I get to go into that's been around. And he's talking about making a final movie called The Wasteland, which, bring it on, dude. I mean, come on. I can't wait to see this movie. And it's got another Junkie XL score.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll miss, the only thing that's probably not in this movie, and nobody says,
I know what you're going to say.
the Doof Warrior.
Yep.
I want to see him shredding, dude.
I knew you were going to bring that up. I knew you were going to say
God damn.
But I mean, look, this thing looks great. I hope it does well at the box office.
I think so.
I mean, for George Miller and the future of it, because I'd like to see another one too. Hey, listen, by the way, George Miller, well, I thought it would never happen. George Miller was directly asked recently if he could do another Mad Max film with Tom Hardy and maybe Charlize Theron. Of course, infamously, the two of them got along like oil and water. They did not like each other on the set, which tells you how professional they are because they came across great on screen. But George Miller's recently asked that, and he says, all I'll say right now is never say never. It's like, oh, so in my best Jim Carrey. So you're saying there's a chance. So I don't know. Maybe. Yes. No. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Miracle Made. Did you know that your temperature at night can have one of the greatest impacts on your sleep quality? If you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Inspired by NASA, Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics and makes temperature-regulating bedding so that you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. When they arrived at our house, my wife Ann loved the feel of them so much, she couldn't even wait for me to get home to put them on our bed. Miracle Made has self-cleaning. These sheets are infused with silver that prevents up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. Miracle Sheets also have incredible comfort and quality. Miracle Sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. So go to TryMiracle, that's TryMiracle.com/Campea to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code Campea at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you will get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to TryMiracle.com/Campea and use the code Campea to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's TryMiracle.com/Campea to treat yourself. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? The reviews for Furiosa are really, really strong. Have you been excited for this movie? Maybe it's not for you. Do you like the reviews we're hearing? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.